your girl Wanda and Denisha, and of course, we're sitting pretty, drinking our wine.
And today we'll be discussing our worst relationship and how we got over that relationship.
Exactly. Now, before we do that, I want to do something a little different today. Over the last couple of videos, we've been asked what kind of wine we've been drinking. So for now on, we're actually going to tell you what we're drinking, where we got it from, how much percentage of the alcohol it is, and at the end of the video, we'll tell you exactly how it tastes and our thoughts about it. So today, we'll be drinking Stella Rose, which we got from Walmart for what, $12.99 before taxes. I believe it's 5% alcohol, Stella Rose Black. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. At the end of the video, we'll tell you our thoughts. Yeah. So come on, let's go ahead.
Okay, so to start this video off, we're gonna both explain, kind of give you like a little bio detail, however you want to say it, about the relationship, and then we'll discuss how we got over
relationship. Yes.
Worst relationship. I've been in a couple, but
I
actually have one that tops it all.
Okay, so we're gonna discuss, like she said, the worst, and then how we got over it. So I'll let you go ahead and start.
You don't want to go first?
No, I'm gonna let you take over.
Okay. My worst relationship. Okay. So if you don't know, if you didn't see my last video,
go see it.
First of all, go watch it.
Yes.
But I definitely was married.
Okay.
We were together in 2013. We got together in 2013, 2014.
14.
Okay. Got together in 2014. We got married in 2018.
Okay.
Divorced 2019. But would not say his name if you know him. You know, if you know me, you know him. Okay, so with him, overall our relationship, at first it was a really great relationship. It was a good relationship. We traveled, we vibed, we had fun. And then we at the beginning we were living in Hattiesburg, where me and myself and Wanda, we had a townhouse there, and that's when I first met him. Everything's great. He turned out to be the perfect guy. I had been messing with him for months before we made it official. When he first met my child, it was just like sparkles. Like,
yeah.
He was overall the perfect guy to me. And then like once we moved to my hometown, which is Pekin, Mississippi, very small, things just
kind of turned left, basically.
All the way.
Yeah, okay.
All the way left.
So did I wouldn't say a 360 because then it'll bring you back. So like a 180. Is it a 180?
And then come back around. And that's the problem. I thought that eventually we would get back to the beginning. Because sometimes we latch on to what that person used to be. But some people change and never go back.
Yeah.
But cheating, lying, he wasn't coming home. He didn't want to work. It's so
nightmare.
He was just like, he just wanted to be in the streets. He wanted to live the streets life or whatever. I can't bash him on all of it because I had my little flaws too. Mm-hmm. And we had our little crazy moments, which will be discussed in next month. Crazy girlfriend moments, we will discuss that then.
Yeah.
But overall, it started to get physical. We was fighting. It was mentally abused. It was just bad. It got to a point where like I hid my marriage. I got married and no one knew but my grandmother at first. I didn't want to bring him around. I didn't want to bring him in public because I was embarrassed. Because I didn't want to hear, oh, you still with him. Mm-hmm. I didn't talk about it with my friends because I didn't want to hear them nag about it. So overall, it just really got worse. The disrespect got worse. The cheating got worse. And I will say this to clear the air. Once we were married, I did not cheat. I did not conversate. I did not sleep with anyone. Once we got married. I did, before we got married, I did have one little slip up. But we separated in May 2019. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we divorced in 2019. We got married in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's how it's not that important. We got married in 2017. I left in May 2018. We got divorced in 2019. Took him a year to sign the divorce papers and to get going. But when I left him, I was just low. I was at a very low point in my life. I had a gain. I went all the way up to 185. And if you know me, I always was between 160, 165. That was it. Like my pregnancy weight, I got up to 153 and that was it. So I got up to 185. I got comments that I was pregnant. I kind of distanced myself from my friends. So I was kind of alone. We even went to a point where like no one wanted me to be with him, so nobody supported anything. And one point we was homeless. Like we was living with my grandmother, and we got into it with them, got kicked out, and we was living in my car for like a week until my dad felt bad for me, and he really did it on me. And my dad blessed us with a place, blessed us with the land and all that. Why would I say we? Because he did it for me, and it's all in my name. To clarify that.
Yeah.
Don't want him thinking he can get anything, but well, the divorce is over anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
So my dad felt bad, and my dad realized I was not gonna give up on that man. My dad was like, "Look, this is what I'm gonna do, but it's only for you." So I don't know. Once I left him because I had went on a traveling assignment in South Dakota because I really was just in a bad place, and I knew the only how I can get over him is for me to leave. Like, I knew it was just that damage that I had to get away. And,
So, what was the breaking point, though? Like, what was that point where, I know y'all dealt with abuse, y'all dealt with cheating, y'all dealt with lying. What was, like, that breaking point where you was like, okay, now it's time for me to, you know, back away?
Okay.
Like, what was that trigger?
The trigger part, no lie. He was just picking fights with me for no reason.
Yeah.
And, like, one day we was in the bed. And he seen a 228 number called. And he called the number back. And it was crazy because it was the Wi-Fi guy, the internet guy. They called me because where I live at is kind of difficult. So, of course, they're going to call you, but like, you know, which house is it or whatever. He called the cable guy back and was flipping out the cable guy. And the cable guy was like, wait, what are you talking about? He was like, my wife, Denisha, and the dude was like, what? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And like at this point I really don't know what's going on either. And so he was just like, well, maybe, you know, I work for, you know, he said the internet company or whatever. And he really was like, man, you know what I'm saying? You must tell him to say that. Like, what the fuck going on? I was just so lost. And like, I literally walked out the house and just started praying. Like, I was in the middle of the street. You would have thought I was crazy if you would see me. I was just out there praying to the top of my lungs. Like, screaming Jesus' name, just praying. And I was like, this cannot be my life. That's all I kept repeating. Was like, this is not my life. Like, devil, get up off me. This cannot be real. Because I've been doing everything and I hadn't already been to my lowest. Like, and you're just going to keep beating me from that point? Like, you're just going to keep knocking me down. I'm already... That's it. So, like, after that, like, I prayed. I had already, the job I had, then they had girls been traveling. Girls were like, you need to try it out, blah, blah. So I just prayed. I was like, God, if it's meant for me to get away from this man, you know, to better myself, just let this process be smooth. I filled out the application. They called me the same week. I sent them all my information. They gave me the traveling assignment. Like, when you want to leave? I'm like, I want to leave now. But they gave me, like, a week or two just to get everything settled in my household. So, I left. And, I knew he was gonna mess up. Because that's like, everybody kept saying, was like, well, you know Chris is gonna cheat. You know Chris is gonna do this. What you gonna do? I'm like, at this point in my life, I don't even care. Like, I'm going to better myself. And I knew he was gonna mess up. But that was, at that point, we married. So, I can't go to court and like, oh, I just decided I don't want to be with him no more. You know, you have to have your legit reasons when you're going through a divorce. So, I told him, I was like, you know, the only thing I wanted him to do, he had the house, he had my car, was to make sure my son was straight and go to school. And, you know what I'm saying, at that time he had a temp service job. You know what I'm saying, I'm not going to knock his hustle. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Make sure these bills are paid. I will send whatever I can, you know, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
But in my head, I knew
that it was over with.
It was over with.
And that's what you wanted, though.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I knew he was not going to do right. So, no lie, went on my travel assignment. I'm talking about over $1,000 every week. But I was only there at least 2-3 weeks before I got a call from my cousin. And she was like, No, I lied. I called for my dad. My dad was mad. Him and my dad was arguing back and forth. My dad has seen him bringing women in my house. He's seen him have women in my car. My dad would be like, oh, just let you know he didn't come home tonight. My dad stayed literally right there. Yeah. So my dad was watching for me, I guess. I didn't tell him to, but he did. That's just my dad. And so, my dad would just call me every day, and every day I would just pray. God, if it's not meant for me, show me. Yeah. And give me the strength to leave this. And, my dad was like, oh, well, did your cousin tell you that he tried to sleep with her and he had a white girl in the car? I'm like, wait, what? So I called my cousin up. I'm like, wait, is this something you want to tell me? And apparently, I don't know the truth. I don't know. This is why I can just tell you what was told to me. She told me that they went out for her birthday. They went to New Orleans. First of all, I made it very clear to him that he don't need to hang out with anyone.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's reverse this one. So wait. Yeah. So he went to New Orleans with your cousin for her birthday?
Yeah. Yeah. So he went to New Orleans with my cousin. Apparently it was a couple other people, but first of all, that's my husband. He shouldn't be hanging out with any of my people unless I'm there. Especially my girl cousins. Guy cousins, that's understandable. Girl cousins, no. Apparently he went out with her. That night, I don't know.
How did he even know that she was having something for her birthday?
I don't know. I didn't really get to the bottom of it. I still don't know the story. Because she said he's lying. He said she's lying. I just left him alone because I want to leave that.
But it got to be something more to it. I mean,
I feel like it is.
He didn't know. He wouldn't even know that there was something going on unless he was told, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway. You can step on that one.
Yeah.
So, I was like, hey, something's supposed to be telling me. And she was like, wait, what's going on? So I was like, I don't know. My dad said that, apparently my husband tried to sleep with you. What's going on? So her story was they went out. They came back. She didn't want him to drive back home because he was drunk or whatever. I don't know, whatever happened. But she was in her room. She told him he could sleep on the couch. And he kept coming, knocking on her door, like, asking for little stuff. I don't think it was as much as, hey, I want to have sex with you type of thing. But apparently something happened there. She felt uncomfortable. When she woke up the next morning, he was gone. Okay, cool. Was not worried about that at all. Was not hurt about that at all because I just wanted something to call him. Like, hey, it's over.
Yeah.
And then she also told me that he was dating a white girl and had a white girl in her car.
So clearly y'all was over before it was over.
Yeah. Okay. For me.
Okay.
So, I called him. I was like, hey, what you doing or whatever. And he was like, oh, nothing, on my way home, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I need you to do me a favor. And he was like, what's that? I need you to turn in my keys. Well, first of all, park my car, turn in my keys to my dad, pack your shit, and leave. And this is it. He was like, wait, what are you talking about? And I just gave him a brief, you've been straight on. Period.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna believe what them people saying? Oh, your dad said this. He went this, speaking this, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is. I can't do this no more with you. It was times previous before that when I would call him, and he'd be like, oh, he's busy. He's doing something. I can't do nothing. No way in South Dakota. So, I had already knew. That's why I was praying every night. So, once that, of course, he texts me, oh, you listen to everybody else, blah, 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 and all that extra bull. But for me to get over, because I was sad. Yeah. I cried. I did. I cried a lot. I cried, but then it was just a big relief. This is your time to start over. This is your time to be about you and your child. Yeah. Because I had lost myself completely. I was not the same person, the same woman that I was before I met him. And before it got that bad, I looked at sad. I was just sad all the time. I was confused all the time. I cried all the time. So for me to get over that breakup that I had been in for so long, I just got up the next morning. I cried that whole night. I went out to the bar with a couple of my coworkers, drunk. I ain't gonna lie, I drank a lot.
Yeah.
I drank a bottle of wine every day. And I just was I just went on a revenge body thing. I'm not about to, by this time I had maybe 5 weeks left. I'm like, I can't go home looking fat. It was just like, open my eyes, like, look at yourself.
Yeah.
You don't look like yourself. You don't look happy. Get your shit together. So, like, I just woke up every day from that point on. And I walked. 30 minutes to an hour, I walked. But I prepped my food. I prayed every day. Then when I started seeing things clearly, I started thanking God for it. You know, but I did. I drank a bottle of wine every day.
Yeah.
And I just used to sit on my little Snap, and I used to listen to my music, and I used to sing my music to Snap. But I did. So once I made it home, I started going on dates. I started, trying to find things that make me happy. Start trying to get to know what type of man I want. So that was another thing. Once I got to I dropped down from 180. When I made it there, I was 183. When I left, I was 165. So I got the body I wanted. I made it home. I felt good about myself. I left the toxic relationship. So then I started going on dates. And then I started, like, just going out, doing things with my friends, doing things with my kids. Well, at that time, it was my son. I did have my 2 sisters then. So I would get them, and I would just do things with them, take care of myself, keep my hair up. I did do a little revenge, cut my hair. I cut my hair, like, all the way up to here.
I believe that's every girl, though. When you're done
you just
with the
do a
relationship
new
and ready to
you
start,
thing.
cut your hair. Because that's exactly what I did.
I cut all my hair off. But I just felt good about myself.
Yeah.
And so I just continued to pray, and then I just went on a, like, emotional streak. When it came to guys, I just did not take no crap. I knew I deserved better, so if you show me any sign that it was going to be toxic, I cut this shit off.
Exactly.
Like, and that was anybody. Cut it off. If I didn't like one thing that I knew to me was a deal breaker, I cut it off. And that's just what I did. I prayed and I exercised.
Yeah. But that's a healthy way. That's the good
that
way.
is
So
a
if you're trying to
healthy
get over
way.
a breakup, that is the way that you take. You pray about it, you journal about it, you write about it, you work out, you take care of yourself, and you do the best things possible. So that is the way out, guys. Yes. So definitely take notes of that. So if you are going through a breakup, and a heartache, and you're going through something, those are tips that you should definitely take.
Definitely think revenge. Like, I didn't want revenge to
what
where,
I did.
like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do nothing bad to hurt him. I just wanted to do revenge, like, for myself. Like, look how far you let yourself go. Show him that you can do without him.
Yeah, and look at what you
And that's
lost.
what I did. I graduated in college. I lost that weight. I started having fun. And then when he finally seen me for the first time, he was like, oh, bitch. This was like, and when
Is
he
it
first...
recording?
When he
Are
first
you sure?
yes, bitch, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
So when he first seen me again after all that time, he was like, "Oh, you look really happy. Like, I'm proud of you." And I was like, yeah, I did it without you, because some men make you feel like you're not gonna be anything without them. So that's my story. Yeah. What is your story?
My story is different. I mean, I've also, went through the lies, the cheating, the so forth like that. Now I've never actually been in love before. So I'm going to say that. I've never actually been in love. I've been in relationships before, and I claimed that I love somebody, but it was never like that in love. Like that I'll do anything in the world for you type of love. So I met this guy, and it's so crazy how it happened, because I've been knowing him since high school. The first time I met him, he tried to have sex with me. So I should have known right then that he was a dog. Eventually, though, time passed, years passed. He ended up reaching out to me. We ended up talking. We ended up becoming good friends. Like, he became my best friend. He became someone that I told everything to, the good, the bad, the good, like, just everything in between. And we ended up started dating, and then I ended up getting pregnant for him, and we ended up losing the baby. And then I ended up getting pregnant again in the future for him, which was basically like the second time around was kind of more of a planned thing, because we was like, oh, me, I wanted to be loved. So I was so desperate for that attention. I was so desperate for that affection. I was so desperate for that love. But in the midst, the relationship was based off a lie from the jump. Because in the jump, I was working a job, And I had got Facebook messages from this girl who stated, well, he cheated on me and he's still trying to talk to me. He's trying to tell you that I'm crazy and this and that, but that's not the case. He's still reaching out to me. He still, whenever he came in town, he came to see me. And me, I didn't believe all that because this was the first time I'm legit in love. Like, I would do anything for this person. I would literally, I don't believe you, period. I think you're crazy. I think you're a stalker, and I think you're just this female who needs to get over him because he's mine now. That's how I looked at it, which was crazy on my part. But at the same time, when you're in love with somebody, none of that really matters. You don't see things how everybody else see it. So I ended up packing up all my stuff. Me and you actually had a fallout behind this dude. And I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It was just this whole different feeling. I never felt like this before in my entire life. This man was my everything, literally. I sacrificed everything just to be with him. I would literally do anything for this person, no questions asked. And so I ended up packing up all my stuff. I left my apartment. I left my job. I dropped out of school. I did everything. And ended up moving to Florida to be with him. And, at the time, things was good. I loved him. He loved me. We were happy, so I thought. But he was cheating on me. He was a compulsive cheater, and he just wasn't a compulsive cheater. I'm sitting at home, working. I'm going to school at this point. I'm doing, washing clothes, cooking dinner. Every night he had a home cooked meal. Every morning he had a hot breakfast on the stove before he went to work. He went to work at 5. I was up at 4 cooking breakfast for him. I had clothes laid out for him, everything. And he was dogging my ass out. It got to the point to literally, whenever I ended up getting pregnant again, and he was cheating on me through the whole thing, and it was so bad that I'm literally crying, praying, and I'm asking God, if this man is not for me, then show me a sign. And you know what God said? God said, this man ain't for you. I ended up having seizures, put in the hospital, done almost lost my child as well as my own life. While in this process, he didn't come to the hospital. He sent me a text message and said, it's over. Me, I'm saying, God, no, I don't think this is right. No. Let me delete this message. Just pretend. You didn't mean this. This isn't the sign. I'm going to bypass it, basically. And then so we ended up going back through the whole process again. I'm coming home. I'm begging for this man to be in my life. Like, literally begging him. Asking him, what am I doing wrong? What can I do right? How can I fix this relationship? Like this crazy person. And literally lost myself completely because I'm willing to do whatever it takes. What, you want a threesome? I'm willing to give you a threesome. What, you want to have sex every night? I'm willing to do that for you. You don't want me to go to work today? Fuck it. Fuck that job. I'm willing to literally give you whatever it is that I need to give you in order to make this relationship work because you are my life. Period. I ended up having my daughter. We had my daughter during Thanksgiving break, November 20th. That weekend, whenever she came home, he was not there. Every night that weekend, he was out. When I had my daughter, after I had my daughter, he stayed when I was going through labor, he slept the whole time. I'm literally crying in pain for 18 hours going through labor, and he's just sitting there, don't care. He made it to maybe 2 doctor's appointments when I was pregnant, and I didn't see any of that at the time. None of that mattered to me because to me, he was doing what he needed to do to be that man for me. I was making excuses. And then it ended up coming around where I ended up I was going through his phone. I'm seeing he cheating. I don't care. Screw, whatever. We're going to make this work, da-da-da-da. And then it was just this. One time, he started working overnight because he got fired, and I'm helping him start a business. I'm helping him get on his feet. I'm helping him find a better job. I'm doing everything that I possibly can. I go through his phone, and it's a message because I woke up. He came home. He took a shower. He laid down. He left his phone in the bathroom. I got up earlier. Now, mind you, I can't see I wear glasses. So, without my glasses or without my contacts, I can't see. So, I get up. I go to the bathroom. I don't have my glasses on. So, I'm not trying to go through his phone at all. But his phone is sitting on the bathroom counter. I clicked it to see what time it was. And then I see a message that said, baby. That's the only message I got through. I got up, went in the room, got my glasses on, started going through all the messages. And he's literally telling all of my business. Everything that I've been through in my life. just dogging me out to the ultimate. Like, he literally saying the worst things about me, period. Everything that you could think of. Oh, I'm just this desperate person. And I was over it. At that point, I threw the phone at him, waking him up, kicking him out. I kicked him out the apartment. Then I found out he was trying to have sex with my best friend. He admitted to it. Kicked him out. That was during the baby shower when that happened. So it's just like so much going on. Then after my daughter was born, we came down and we spent New Year's with his family. At the house, this one girl was holding my daughter, and him and the girl was talking. Like, they was messing around, not even knowing. And I come back home, and he's laying in my daughter's room on the floor, talking to the girl over the phone. Like, we literally going back and forth. And I was like, this isn't what I want. This isn't the life that I deserve. And growing up, when you don't know what love is, or when you don't know, what you deserve because you've never been treated a certain way, then you put up with certain things. And it was just to the point where I was over it. I was crushed. I was hurt. And I knew that I deserved more because I was given everything possible. But sometimes when you want to be that best person and you're trying to be that good person, I'm learning now that guys don't like good girls. They want to be dogged out. They want to be talked to reckless. They want a bitch.
They want a hoe.
That's what they want. That's really what they want.
A real one.
So, exactly. So, that's not who I am. That's not who I was. Because I was a mother and I was trying to be someone for my daughter. And that's just what it was. So I ended up moving out. I started staying at my job at the time. He would still come around. We would still mess around. I mean, when you love somebody, you can't just, bam, it's over with, feelings gone. It don't happen like that. It's a process. So we literally messed around, literally non-stop. While he was in another relationship with the girl that he was dogging me out to, we messed around that whole time. He was cheating on that girl the entire time. And he was calling me crazy. He was calling me stupid. He was saying that I was suicidal. He was saying all of this negative stuff. Which brought me back to the beginning of our relationship when that crazy girl messaged me on Facebook and was like, he's saying that I'm this, he's saying that I'm that, but it's not true. I promise you that he's trying to talk to me. I can show you the messages.
Sympathy.
He was going to that girl, and he was saying that I'm the crazy one the whole time. No, it's him. He was the crazy one. And he was the one who would literally, I'm begging him to keep my daughter for me while I go to work, and he can't do it because the girlfriend at the time was lying and saying she was pregnant, and she was sleeping on the bed, and he couldn't keep her at the time because of that. Or it was just so much going on to the fact that, he abandoned not only me, but his daughter. And it took us a long time to actually get to where we're at now. Now we're at a place where we can actually have conversations, and we're friends, and we can, because I'm over him. But even when he got married, even when, the whole situation, like, because he's married to the girl now. Even through that whole situation, he still hit me up. He still say disrespectful things to his marriage. And to be honest with you, it's to this point now where it's like, karma's a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You put me through a certain situation, and now you're going through it yourself. And that's just how it is. And now it's like, today at this point, he'll call and he'll check on his daughter, and we can have conversations, and we're friendly with each other. We can conversate with each other, and there's no beef or anything. But this man put me at my lowest, like at my absolute lowest, because I've never been in love before. And so I was madly in love with him. Even after we broke up, I had to literally move states. I moved to North Carolina, still in love with him, because we're still FaceTiming on the phone. We still doing sex videos and sending pictures and doing everything under the sun. So we're still doing all of that stuff to the point where I had to, in order for me to get over him, I had to talk to somebody else. And somebody else. And somebody else. Not saying that I had sex with anybody else, but I was conversating with a million different people just so I can conversate with somebody else versus conversating with him. And then it got to that point where I was just like, I don't know. I got sick at the time. I was really sick with having seizures and a brain tumor. It was just so much going on at that point where I was just like, I think this is it. Like, this is it. Clearly, they're engaged now. She's pregnant now. There's no turning back now. He's not for me. And I was making excuses at one point that, we'll make it work. But it just wasn't. So in order for me to get over him, I was talking to other people and other people, and I was messing around with a couple of people, and I was just, I became that person that I told myself I would never become. And then something hit me, like, literally on my birthday, February 23rd. I got an inbox on Facebook that was supposed to be a one-night stand and turned my life literally around, a full 360, because it literally brought me to a place that I'm at now where I'm actually genuinely happy and know what love really is and know what myself and my children truly deserve. So it literally, I don't know, it's crazy, Some people, you have to pray about it, you have to scream about it, you have to write about it. Sometimes you have to go and be a hoe about it just to get over somebody that's not meant for you. And that's just how I took it, It's just, and it's crazy now because we do have a child together. And some days I wish it was just easy and we could just kind of walk away and it just be done. But at the same time, it's like, everything happens for a reason. My daughter is my biggest blessing. She's the one who saved my life because I tried to kill myself dealing with him. I was literally, especially after I had a postpartum depression, Israel. And if you are struggling with that, definitely seek help. But it was just so much going on, and he wasn't for me. And so I do wish him the best with his life in the future. But I think I wish him the best now because I'm genuinely over him and I'm genuinely happy with where I'm at right now in my life, But it takes time. Getting over somebody you love is not easy at all.
At all. And with you hearing our stories, one thing I definitely want to say is you are in a relationship, boy, girl, whatever you prefer. If the situation is just not getting no better, you talk to the person about your problems. You have one night to where, hey, baby, can you fix this? Hey, baby, can you fix that type of thing? If it does not get any better, you don't see any changes, it's still getting worse, they're still cheating, they're still lying, the best thing for you to do is to leave that situation because it's going to get worse.
Exactly, and people take advantage. They take advantage of you. They see they can get away with it once. I can promise you, they're going to try it again.
They are.
They are going to try it again.
And it's been times where I, really want to hurt my ex.
Girl, it's been times that I actually tried to hurt my ex.
Thank God that, it didn't go through or anything like that because
it did go through.
I have a life to live. I have, kids to look for. So when it gets to those points, or if you're dating someone new, and you can see, that's how I am now. If I'm me talking to people now, if I can see myself swinging on you, or if you can get me so angry, it's best for me to leave. Because I'm one of those people that I get real defensive.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just, it's time to over. Because that's how I am as well.
Let it go.
If I have to hit you, or if I feel myself, cursing at you, or calling you out your name, or just literally... It's time to let it go. If I see myself having to beg and to plead and sitting in the bathroom with the door shut, crying my eyes out, praying to God to get me out of how I'm feeling, it's not it.
Or wearing a jumpsuit behind bars, because that's where I seen myself
yeah.
a couple times. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it at all.
Having your kids coming to see you because you decided to take someone's life when you could have just left.
Exactly. Or worse, having your life taken and having your children seeing you getting beaten, or not even just being abused, like, physically, but emotionally. Because there's been times that I've been called stupid and crazy and dramatic, or a bitch, or a hoe, or just all of this type of stuff, when the truth is, it was him. It's not true at all. Or it could be her and not you at all. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it can go both ways.
Exactly.
Bad relationships go both ways. It's not always the men. Can be the women. Women do cheat. Women do, not all. Let me rephrase that. Some women do cheat. Some women do lie. Some women do take advantage.
Yes.
So it can go either way. It's not attacking men at all. This is just we
this
prefer
is our
men, and that was our experience. But
exactly.
I mean, it can go both ways. So we just want, we shared our experience with y'all. We want y'all to take care of yourself. We want you to see the signs. If it's not worth it, let it go. Time is precious. I mean, I'd rather waste 2-3 months with God that I'm trying to get to know than 3-4 years.
Exactly.
Kids later, all that, marriage later, because divorce sucks. I had to pay for the whole thing myself because he said if I want the divorce, I had to pay for it. And I actually cried a couple times for that because he wouldn't show up to sign papers. He would give me the runaround. So
It's
before you take that
everything.
step,
Yes.
know that this is someone you can see yourself with. Y'all gonna be together. Definitely have goals together. You know what I'm saying?
It's a true commitment. Yeah. It's a true commitment that you guys both want. You don't want to rush into something where it's honestly nothing really there. You can see a fairy tale ending and he can see your best friend naked. So, I mean, you just have to follow the signs because God gonna give them to you, period. And honestly, you know, deep down, a woman intuition or a man, like, it's there. You know when someone is genuinely there for you, and if you're not being treated the way that you deserve, then it's time to just walk away from the situation. Everybody go through situations. Everybody had that one breakup or couple breakups that's been the absolute worst for them, and it's a process of getting over somebody. So if you haven't, fell in love and had that horrible breakup, just know that it doesn't happen overnight. It is definitely a process.
Do not give up at all.
Do not give in.
True.
Yeah, do not give up. Do not give in.
Take that breakup and go with it. Build yourself up. Do what you gotta do, and just keep it pushing.
Exactly.
So that will be it for us tonight. You get to know a little bit more of us.
Exactly, as well as our insights of our worst relationships, how we got over it. But before we close out, let's definitely do our review on this Stella Rose Black that we got from Walmart.
It is sweet and berry.
$12.99.
Even though it's only 5%, I don't mess with the 5%.
Yeah, it is 5% alcohol.
5% alcohol. But it tastes real good.
We killed the bottle though, so it's empty.
We
had a couple of sips before the show started, but definitely, if you want to try it out, you can purchase it at your local Walmart for only $12.99, 5% alcohol. So if you're not trying to get too tipsy, this is a great choice to pick. So,
yeah. And next week, we will be going to Atlanta. We're going on a conference.
Yes.
It's at what is it called?
We're going to our own conference. It is because I own a daycare, as you all know from previous videos. I am my own boss, as well as she, and so we're going to a business conference not only for that, but for also get intel about building our career outside of YouTube, outside of the daycare, just trying to be public influencers and things like that. So we'll be taking that leap of faith and that jump to handle business meetings, as well as talk to different people and things like that, so that way we can kind of
networking.
Yes,
and we do have a little will I say clothing line? Or was it a t-shirt line? Yes. We are working on some shirts to be made. So we definitely will be taking some pretty pictures for that and be posting those as well.
So if you guys don't already, be sure to follow us on PrettyVibes_DW on Instagram so you guys can stay updated with our clothing line as well as upcoming videos and so forth. And don't forget, if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
It's only one button, guys. It's not a big deal. You don't have to pay for it. You just press that button.
Press it, and that's it. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Keep it pretty.
Bye.